Law enforcement in Mexico is divided between federal, state, and municipal entities. There are 2 federal police forces, 31 state police forces and 2 for Mexico City, and an investigation of the Executive Secretariat of the National Public Safety System indicates that there are 1,807 municipal police forces. There are 366 officers per 100,000 people, which equals approximately 500,000 in total. But systemic corruption is endemic and police forces are often poorly trained and underpaid. The average wage of a police officer is $350 per month, around that of a builder's laborer, which means that many police officers supplement their salaries with bribes. As of 2012, Mexico has a police force of over 544,000 people, making it the country with the 4th largest police force in the world, just behind China, India, and the United States. The government has found itself struggling to provide police forces with sufficient pay and protection to make it worthwhile resisting the threats and blandishments of drug traffickers. Though recent efforts to reform the federal police saw a tenth of the 30,000 plus officers fired in the first 8 months of 2010, there has been a tendency to increase the militarization of policing. In 2006, 45,000 troops of the Mexican army were deployed to fight drug cartels, with the number rising to 50,000 by October 2010. In Monterrey, police, soldiers, and prosecutors have conducted joint patrols, which have seen violence reduced. At all levels, policing in Mexico tends to maintain separate forces for patrol, response policing on the one hand, and investigative policing on the other. Mexico maintains 2 primary federal police agencies: the National Guard, the uniformed paramilitary force, and an investigative force called the Policía Federal Ministerial. They are sometimes referred to by Hollywood and the American media by the slang term, federals. The federal police was the most prominent police force in Mexico. It was under the guidance of the Secretariat of the Interior. The PF was nominally a preventive police force with significant powers of investigation to prevent crime. The PF replaced the Federal Preventive Police, which was created in 1999, combining several police forces into one, but lacking any investigative powers. When the PF was created, a large number of investigators from the Federal Investigations Agency were transferred and the FI was replaced by the Ministerial Federal Police. In 2019, the PF was merged into part of the now reactivated National Guard. The Ministerial Federal Police is the premier investigative arm of the Attorney General of Mexico. The PFM replaced the earlier Federal Investigations Agency by the presidential decree of former President Vicente Fox on November 1, 2001. In May 2008, the previous acting chief of the FI, Edgar Eusebio Millan Gomez, was assassinated. The Secretariat of Public Security of Mexico City, unlike the previous 2, does not have national reach, but it does manage a combined force of over 90,000 officers stationed all over Mexico City. The SSP is charged with maintaining public order and safety all over Mexico City. The Investigative Judicial Police of Mexico City, with an estimated 3,500 judicial police, 1,100 investigating agents for prosecuting attorneys, and 941 experts or specialists. The principal police force of Mexico City is the Protection and Transit Directorate, also known as the Traffic Police, which consists of some 32,000 officers organized into 33 precincts. It is the largest single law enforcement organization in Mexico. The Bank and Industrial Police of the Ministry of Public Security of Mexico City provides specialized services for the protection, custody and supervision, not just banks and lending institutions, but also dependencies and pawn shops. Among others, the Secretariat of Government has immigration officers who, directed by the Mexican Immigration Service, these officers have the right to detain suspected undocumented aliens and, under certain conditions, may deport them without formal deportation proceedings. The Secretariat of Finance and Public Credit Customs officers are deployed at borders and at international airports to interdict contraband entering Mexico. The Bank of Mexico also operates its own security division, which is charged with enforcing banking and monetary laws, including cases of counterfeiting, fraud, and money laundering. Each of the country's 31 states maintain both preventive and judicial police called the State Judicial Police. State police are under the direction of the state's governor. The distinction between crimes investigated by state and federal judicial police is not always clear. Most offenses come under the state authorities. Drug dealing, crimes against the government, and offenses involving several jurisdictions are the responsibility of the federal police. The state-level preventive police forces are together perhaps 90,000 strong. And T.